Hey everyone, it's Shelby. Welcome back to my channel and this week's meal plan. Monday, Ken and I are going to do some yard work. We want to get a lot of wood chips around those newly planted trees. There's 240 of them. I don't think we'll get all of them done today, but we're going to work like a marathon work day. So I need to have dinner to be very easy. So I thought I'd make a Caprese salad, and some of our boys start back to college today, so I'm gonna have them pick up a tomato pie from Chanatry's. It's this really neat grocery store in Utica. And if you haven't had a tomato pie, I didn't have one myself until this past year, and it sounds kooky. But the tomato pie is kind of like a pizza. It's a little thicker, and they bake it in a rectangular pan that is oiled. So the underneath part is kind of like fried dough, but the top part's like a pizza. And they put tomato sauce on it and Romano and Parmesan cheese. It's delicious. The first time that Ken and I ever had one, we had done some grocery shopping at Chanatry's, and we saw the Chanatry tomato pie. Cody's getting a drink of water. And we got one, a large one, to take home to share with the kids. And on the way home, we thought, oh, let's have a piece. And then we had a second piece. And I told him, I said, dude, you need to pull this cart over and put this in the back, because we're gonna eat the whole thing. It was really good. It sounds crazy. It's a regional thing. People raved about it here, and I can see why. So that's dinner for Monday night. For dinner tonight, I'm gonna make a Caprese salad. And we're gonna have a tomato pie. I know it sounds weird. It's a Utica thing. A little bit of fresh basil. I grew the basil and the lettuce, some tomatoes, and then I'm gonna put some salt and pepper on here, a little bit of olive oil and balsamic vinegar. To dress the salad, I'm just gonna sprinkle just a little bit of olive oil, not very much, just a teaspoon or so. A little bit of balsamic vinegar. Salt and pepper. Tomatoes taste so good with salt and pepper, don't they? Just put a little bit of fresh basil right on top. That is going to be our Caprese salad.
Tonight for dinner, we're having tomato pie. It's a Utica, New York specialty. And when Shelby and I first heard about it, it was like, we were like, tomato pie? Anyway, the kids were in Utica tonight, so they picked up a couple of them. This one we got from Chanatry's, like a, French bread, and it just has tomatoes and cheese.
On Tuesday, I'm gonna make a chicken cordon bleu salad. I'm gonna break it up and do part of the work in the morning and then finish it off in the afternoon. I'm gonna do all the pounding of the cutlets and getting them stuffed with the cheese and the ham and rolled up and all that in the morning. We're gonna go to a concert at our lakefront park this evening, so I kind of want to get dinner, going. So I'm not cooking at the very last minute. For dinner tonight, I'm making a chicken cordon bleu salad with buttermilk ranch dressing. To prepare the chicken, you just go ahead and cut halfway through the chicken breast, open it up, and kind of like a book, put a piece of saran wrap on top of it, and then take something and give it a whack. I'm going to use my iron skillet. Now that it's been pound it out. I'm going to take a piece of Swiss cheese and a couple slices of ham to put inside, and then just roll it up. Kind of like a burrito. Put a toothpick to secure it. I'm going to dust the chicken in some flour. And make sure you get all the excess off. Give it a good shake. And then take the chicken, coat it in some beaten eggs. I have 2 eggs here. And then coat it in the breadcrumbs. These are panko breadcrumbs. Heat up about 1/4 of an inch of oil in an iron skillet and go ahead and brown the chicken. You're not trying to cook it all the way through, you're just trying to get some color and make it crispy. Once you have the chicken all browned up, go ahead and put it on a rack on a sheet tray. We're going to put this into a 400-degree oven. I cooked the chicken for about 30 minutes, and always remember to take out the toothpicks. I tell you from experience, take out the toothpicks. And then just cut it into slices. Look how beautiful that is. To plate it, just take the chicken. I usually take maybe 3 of them. Put it across the salad. I just have some lettuce, carrots, a little bit of buttermilk dressing, ranch dressing. Then I'm just going to sprinkle the top with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. And that is chicken cordon bleu salad. Wednesday, we need to do a lot of errands, go to the post office, the gym, the grocery store, all that kind of stuff. I think I have to get something notarized. Anyway, I thought Philly cheesesteak sandwiches would be wonderful. I haven't made them in years, and it's like I'm craving them. Tonight for dinner, I'm gonna make Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. In my skillet here, I have a tablespoon of oil, 2 onions sliced. I'm cooking them until they get caramelized. In this skillet, I have 2 peppers and 8 ounces of sliced mushrooms. And I'm going to cook those until they get softened up. And in this pan, I have a couple of tablespoons of oil, 2 pounds of shaved steak. And I'm just cooking this up. I took the hoagie rolls and I just put some of this cheese whiz on it. That's what I'm using, just the store name brand version. The onions look good. The mushroom and peppers are ready, and the meat is almost finished cooking. So I'm going to start getting these put together. I'm going to start by putting on some onions. Next, I'm going to put on the meat. 2 pounds should make 6 subs. And it's pretty generous, you know, as far as the portions go. And then finally, I'm just going to add on some mushrooms. Put on what you like on yours. We like everything. A little bit of these peppers. Then finally, we're just gonna put 2 slices of provolone on top. I'm gonna get this under the broiler so that the provolone can melt. So that's what it looks like on the plate. I am so hungry for this. I haven't had one of these in years, and it just looks so delicious. And it took like 15 minutes, seriously. Anyway, that's what we're having for dinner. Thursday, Ken requested tuna noodle casserole. Now, last week was his birthday week, and he got all his wishes granted, but I'm a softie, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. It's his grandma's recipe, and I just make it like she did, and it's one of his comfort foods. So we're gonna have garlic bread and tossed salad with it. Tonight for dinner, we're gonna fix some old-fashioned tuna noodle casserole. I'm getting ready to make Ken's mom's, well, it was really your grandma's, huh? His grandma's tuna noodle casserole recipe. It's pretty easy. You need 12 ounces of egg noodles and a can of cream of chicken, cream of mushroom, and cream of celery. And then she used to use an Aunt Penny's white sauce, but I'm just gonna use an extra can of cream of chicken because I don't have that. A 4-ounce jar of pimentos, 2 of the larger size cans of tuna, drained. And then in my pan, I have a tablespoon of oil. I had a small onion I diced and a small bell pepper. I softened those up. I'm gonna turn off the heat and add the soups. Here we go. We're gonna add the pimentos. And we're gonna start adding the different soups. I haven't seen Aunt Penny's white sauce in a long time. Sometimes I just put a little bit of flour in there and a little bit of milk, like a cup's worth of milk and a couple tablespoons of flour, and make my own little white sauce. But I'm being lazy and I'm just gonna add this extra can of soup. But I haven't seen Aunt Penny's white sauce in a long time. So if any of you have it in your grocery store, let me know. And it's a little bit larger can than these soup cans. It's kind of old-timey, I think. Okay, let me get the other soup cans. I haven't made this for Ken in a long time. The other thing that his mom and grandma used to add is probably like a half a cup of frozen peas. All right, there's all the soup. I'm just gonna get this all incorporated. That's gonna be our sauce. We'll add the tuna to it and the peas and get this going. Okay, Ken added the tuna, I added some frozen peas. I'm gonna get this all blended together. Now we have the noodles here. We're just gonna add the sauce and get everything mixed together. It doesn't look very pretty, but it's actually a pretty comfort food type of dish. I'm gonna get this all mixed together. Now, some people, I think traditionally they put the buttered breadcrumbs on top, but Ken's mom always put some shredded cheese on top, so that's what I'm gonna do. And we're just gonna heat this through until the cheese melts. And just kind of pat it down. All right, we're gonna get this into a 350-degree oven and get this cheese melted. We are serving it with a very simple salad with tomatoes and cucumbers. That's what it looks like on the plate, and we're serving it with some garlic bread. And it didn't look very good when you put it together, but it sure tastes good, and it's definitely a comfort food for Ken, so we're gonna have it. Friday, I'm gonna make chicken on the grill and making a panini sandwich that has aioli, a mayonnaise that has garlic in it, apple slices and Fontina cheese, and then just serving it with a spring salad. And I found 2 mangoes in my produce drawer, and I bought those the last time we went to Aldi's, and that just is a testament to those filters that I use in my produce drawers. I keep my vegetables separate from the fruit, and I use those filters, and that mango was so good. For dinner tonight, we're gonna make a grilled chicken, apple, and Fontina panini. I have some chicken cutlets that have been marinating in the tequila lime chicken marinade. I'll put that recipe in the description box. And my darling husband, he's gonna grill these off on the grill for me. I'm gonna make some sandwiches for dinner tonight. I'm starting with some of that Heidelberg bread. And I have some mayonnaise that I grated a clove of garlic into. Made like a quick or a kind of like a take on an aioli. I'm gonna put that on both slices of bread. Ken grilled off some chicken. I have some of this Fontina cheese. And then I have some really thinly sliced Granny Smith apples. We're gonna put this in the panini maker and make some paninis. So this is the grilled chicken, apple, Fontina panini. I'm serving it with a salad with some mango salsa. And I'll put that recipe in the description box for you guys. That clove of garlic in the mayonnaise makes the sandwich for sure. Saturday, we're gonna continue working in the garden. Thursday, Ken went to Lowe's and got all the wood and did the framing for it on Thursday and Friday. Today, he's starting to lay the paper down and getting the wood chips in there. So I'm gonna cook a nice dinner, salmon, wild rice. I just use Uncle Ben's wild rice and then I add mushrooms to it and asparagus. Tonight, we're having salmon, rice, asparagus. I just took a little bit of butter and pan seared the salmon, salt and pepper, in like 20 minutes dinner was on the table. For Sunday dinner, Ken's gonna grill some steaks. Asparagus was on sale, so we're gonna have that again this week, and a tossed salad. For dinner tonight, we're having a nice big salad, some asparagus, and Ken grilled some beef. As far as groceries this week, Wednesday, I ran into the store. I didn't have my list, so I just kind of wung it. I just ran into the store and I got a big thing of spring mix, some Fontina cheese, a couple of Granny Smith apples, asparagus, some salmon, 2 pounds of shaved steak, some of that wonderful Heidelberg bread, some hoagie rolls, some cheese whiz, and a watermelon. And it was $68.97. So how am I doing on my budget? I spent the $68.97, but I also gave the boys $20 to get the tomato pie, so that was a total of $88.97. My budget was $240. I had a balance of $924.20 left over from previous grocery hauls. So if you add the $924.20 and my budget of $240, it comes out to $1164.20 minus the $88.97 I spent, leaves me with a grand total of $1,075.23 moving forward. So we're doing pretty good. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Happy meal planning. Talk to you in the next video.